がだ。
もし友に恋人ができたら、
あ
あなたはどうなるのかしら。想像したことはある？あなたがいない場所であなたじゃない男に寄り添って、あの子は顔を真っ赤にしてこう言うの。世界で一番お前のことが
Tomo Chan is a girl. You know, there is some anime that, like, you simply just vibe with and connect with, and, like, you're instantly like, yeah, this is my type of show. That's exactly the connection that I had with Tomo Chan as a girl. And while watching it, you know, I was really on the fence of, like, is this something that I cover every single week, like one of my seasonal anime? Is it something that I just do a one-off should you watch type video? But while watching this, I was solidified by the humor and the amount of times that I laughed during watching episode 1. And for me, one of the biggest attractors to an anime is definitely humor. And if an anime does humor right, those are so few and far between. For the most part, we get mystical and fantastical and isekai and ecchi, but to get humor is more of a rarity. You might get one out of every 5 anime that intentionally tries to do it, and it doesn't always happen. And you don't have anime that just kind of focuses on humor. This is definitely romantic humor. This is romantic comedy. And you also don't get too many of the romantic comedy anime that tend to do this as well. And instantly in episode 1, they came in strong, right? They set up Tomo Chan. They set up Jun-kun, or whatever his name is Junpei, June, what I would just call him Jun-kun. They set up Jun-kun, and then what really sealed the deal for me of, like, I love this anime with episode number 1 is the character Gundo, Mizuso Gundo, or Gundo. And she is hilarious. She is hilarious. Like, there was so many different funny moments here, right? Like, she's the one that kind of, like, pokes the bear between June and Tomo's relationship. She constantly pokes it, right? She poked June this episode, and she was like, hey, what if Tomo just gets a boyfriend? Like, what are you going to do? And he pushes her out into the rain. I lost it, right? Another time, she was like, yo, what if this happens? He grabbed her scrunchie, threw it across the room. Like, I love this Gunta person, this Gundo, Mizuso Gundo person. I just love her. Like, she is the star of the show in my mind. She's going to be like the gel that kind of holds everything together. Then you have Tomo, you know, I mean, like her, she's like, she wants to be a girl. She wants to be girly, right? And she threatens girls. She gets friends by, like, these 2 girls to come because they like some random dude. And she was like, yo, I'm ready to fight. Like, it's just one thing after another. And it just totally vibes with all the things on my anime checklist that I have. Like, it hits all of those things, and it's awesome. So essentially what we have here is we have a story. So, you know, should you watch it? Absolutely. I think if this hit a chord with you the way it hit with me, I think that this is something that we break down and we say, hey, I'm sorry, this other anime, you fall off the weekly list. I'm gonna catch up with you later, right? I was looking on Live Chart as well, and I was like, okay, well, what's gonna go, right? Because right now I have so many different anime, and at this point, I'm thinking that it's Nagatoro. Or maybe it's Fruit of Evolution, you know, one of the returning anime of the season. It might be Chillin' in My 30s. Like, one of these is going to have to go so this one can fit in on a weekly cadence for me. And then I'm going to have to catch up on the other ones, which means it's probably going to be covered on the channel, so apologies for that. So let me know what you guys think about all those thoughts so far. So let's kind of talk about this anime holistically. So this story follows a boyish girl named Tomo Chan, who is essentially very, you know, voluptuous and gorgeous and very girly in her own rights. But the way that she's perceived as like a karate girl, very athletic, you know what I mean, very strong. And she has a best friend named June. And the episode literally starts off with her confessing to this dude, and he is completely oblivious. He was like, no, yeah, I love you too, man. Like, we're best friends, you know, road dogs. And part of it is they've been playing together since they were children. They're neighbors, and, you know, she was a very tomboy type kid. So in his eyes, ever since they're really small, she's one of the boys. Like, she's his best friend, you know what I mean? And she was one of those kids who, you know, wore a tank top, threw dirt, probably ate mud, you know, with him. So he very much views her as an equal in those kind of grounds. Now, that doesn't mean that he's not going to ever see her as a girl. It just kind of means that that's where the relationship kind of kind of started, and there's a lot of obliviousness back and forth between Tomo and between June. Now, the glue between that, the gold, is the Gundo person, which is their third friend, who's also been friends with them since they were really small. So again, the episode opens up. She confesses he doesn't get it. They go to school and they begin to kind of have these relationships. They begin to have this friendship. We get to see kind of how their friendship is on a daily basis. We get to see Gundo kind of like hear Tomo Chan out about like, hey, I really want to be girly to him. What can I do? She's kind of really trying to get them together in her own very vindictive type of way. There is other people who see Tomo Chan as a girl who don't make approaches yet, but they will as the season rolls on. You can kind of feel all those things happening, and then they hit us with that constant that constant barrage of different comedy as will they, won't they, right? We have a moment where, they're out in the rain and June sees Tomo get wet. He sees a little extra of her. He gets a little flustered. He bolts for it, right? We get a moment to where, June's like, yo, come here closer, and she bolts for it. So there's a lot of will they, won't they, a lot of magnetism between them that is definitely going to provide a lot of humor and something that's really entertaining that was introduced in episode 1. But I'm telling you guys, the main star of this episode is this Mizuzo Gundo person, which is their third friend. She is absolutely terrific. So to not waste time and talk about everything that happened in this episode, I'm just gonna say, should you watch it? Absolutely. I think this is a fantastic anime. I cannot wait to see more. I think Tomo Chan nailed it out the park, and I think that they're nailing my type of humor. And this definitely will be one of those ones that I would be very disappointed at the end if June and Tomo don't get together. But I'm very interested to see on how the anime begins to kind of lead us down this path for them to kind of see each other as the opposite gender. And I think that's going to be a very interesting time. So I'm in for this full ride. I'm in for this full ride with Tomo Chan, and I hope you guys are too. If you're not, let me know in the comments. Why did it not hit for you? Which, whatever your reason is, completely okay. Let me know. It's completely valid. Let me know in the comments. If this did hit for you, let me know why too, and why other people should watch this. Maybe if you are familiar with the source material with I think it's a light novel. No, it's a manga. This comes from a manga. So let me know if you're familiar with that as well. All right, friends. I will see you guys next week for episode 2. Peace.